Another round of brutal layoffs is coming to the Xbox gaming division, and you're never going to guess why. That's right, folks. Artificial intelligence swings the axe once again. This is reported by Bloomberg. Microsoft plans major job cuts at Xbox gaming division. The video game division's latest round of layoffs is expected next week. This was posted by Jason Schreier on June 24th, so that was yesterday at the time of recording this video. The article goes on to say that Microsoft will conduct another round of major layoffs in its Xbox division next week as part of a company-wide reorganization. Managers within Xbox are expecting substantial cuts across the entire group, according to people familiar with the plans who asked not to be identified discussing non-public information. The company declined to comment. I wonder why the company declined to comment, boys.
Yeah, hi, this is a Microsoft representative. We just wanted to basically say f the employees, and you can gargle our balls. Thank you.
I'm gonna be honest, if I was an Xbox fanboy right now, I might be shaking in my boots, because it says this is the fourth big layoff at Xbox in the past 18 months, following 3 major cuts last year and the closure of several subsidiaries. Xbox, which produces video game hardware and software, has been under pressure from Microsoft executives to boost profit margins since purchasing Activision Blizzard. Is this Blizzard's fault? Why is it always Blizzard's fault? Activision Blizzard is like the scourge of gaming at this point, killing everything it touches. Microsoft purchased them for $69 billion in a deal that closed in 2023. But hold up, wait a minute, Omniarch, you said that this was because of AI, and they don't mention AI at all here. Well, great news. Last week it was reported that Microsoft was planning thousands more job cuts aimed at salespeople. So clearly the timing of these two articles is no coincidence. This was June 18th. Microsoft is planning to axe thousands of jobs, particularly in sales, as part of the company's latest move to trim its workforce amid heavy spending on, drumroll please, artificial intelligence. The cuts are expected to be announced early next month, following the end of Microsoft's fiscal year, according to people familiar with the matter. That is at the end of this month, by the way, so the end of June. It's already the 25th when I'm recording this, so it is coming. The terminations would follow a previous round of layoffs in May that hit 6,000 people and fell hardest on product and engineering positions, largely sparing customer facing roles like sales and marketing. In April, the company told employees it planned to use third-party firms to handle more sales of software to small and mid-sized customers. Third-party firms, probably some AI salespeople coming in to take these positions, ladies and gentlemen.
They took our job.
Now, obviously the people that work in sales at Microsoft knew this was coming since April, and look, you don't really need that many salespeople if you got less product and engineering positions, you know what I mean? Like, if you're making less product, you're engineering less things, what do you got? You don't got to sell as much because you got less stuff, you know what I'm saying? And this is the one that has the fanboys shaking in their boots here. Reports of more gaming layoffs at Microsoft spark questions about the future of Xbox. Microsoft began this month, June of 2025, by unveiling the Xbox ROG Ally, a handheld gaming PC made in conjunction with the Taiwanese computer company Asus, which marks its entry into the portable console market. While the company is still in the console market, its strategy for most of the last decade has been to chip away at the accepted definition of a video game console through cloud gaming, cross-platform support, and now portable systems. The idea is that the Xbox is an overall gaming experience that's wholly decoupled from any specific hardware. On the other hand, Sarah Bond noted during the June 17th reveal that Xbox is working closely with the Windows team to ensure that Windows is the #1 platform for gaming. That in turn ties in with recent stories that Xbox is under pressure from Microsoft to increase profits, particularly in the wake of its acquisition of Activision Blizzard. Now, back in February of this year, Microsoft reiterates its plan to invest $80 billion in AI, but may adjust our infrastructure in some areas. So here you can see all the pieces coming together from February to April to May to June and going into July. They bought Activision Blizzard. They plan to invest 80 billion infrastructure in AI. They cut the product engineering teams, and now it's the sales teams. And I don't think you need me to tell you this, but this is not exclusively a Microsoft issue. This is happening throughout the entire tech sector. We have Amazon, we have Meta, we have Google, Intel, Disney. All these massive companies are reducing their workforce to invest further into AI and improve efficiency. Microsoft is putting their money where their mouth is and throwing the employees into the fire because it firmly believes that AI and cloud gaming are the future of gaming, not some silly plastic box that you have on your desk that you put discs into. Ugh, what is that, dude? What is that? Gross. They have to manufacture those. That's stupid. Why would we do that? Now you might be thinking like, okay, well, they're investing all this money, they're spending all this cash, they're firing all these people, they just bought Activision Blizzard, there's so much is going on over there at Microsoft, they're restructuring their business, like surely their financials must have been bad. But here we see earnings release fiscal year 25 quarter one, more personal computing revenue increased by 1.9 billion or 17%, gaming revenue increased 1.7 billion or 43%, driven by growth in Xbox content and services. Xbox content and services revenue increased 61%, driven by 53 points of net impact from Activision Blizzard acquisition. Xbox hardware revenue decreased 29%, driven by lower volume of consoles sold. And so gaming revenue is doing really well, and so the number one thing that they should do as a result of that is fire a bunch of people and then raise the price of Xbox Game Pass. Yeah, someone found code indicating a potential Xbox Game Pass price hike. Here's how to lock in a cheaper plan. This was June 23rd, so 2 days ago. Internet sleuths have detected a back-end change on Xbox's site that appears to set the stage for another potential price increase. The official X account for Better xCloud, a third-party Xbox cloud gaming app, recently detected and shared an ominous new code line which simply reads subscription price increase. I mean, open and shut case there, ladies and gentlemen. Pack it up. I think we could pretty much say that that is all but confirmed. I mean, I don't what else could this possibly mean? Like, you know what I mean? Like, let me just really think about that for a second. Oh, and here's the tweet. They actually included a screenshot. They said pics or it didn't happen. Look at that. Subscription price increase. There's the line of code. Yeah, that's probably the average Xbox enjoyer right now. To add another layer, the last price increase was almost exactly 1 year ago today. The 2024 price hikes were as follows: Game Pass Core annual subscription from $60 to $75, PC Game Pass subscription from $10 to $12, Game Pass Ultimate from $17 to $20. Maybe it's another $1 or $2 increase here. I mean, this seems like this is potentially a yearly thing. Is this still related to the Activision Blizzard acquisition? Oh my god, what if they add World of Warcraft to Game Pass and then just raise it $2? Because look, it's already $12. You raise it to 14, buddy, that's already cheaper than the 15 a month for World of Warcraft. So it would be a no-brainer. Literally every single World of Warcraft player would just shift over to Game Pass, right? It would just be like, okay, well, I spend 15 bucks a month on WoW, or I spend 14 bucks a month on Game Pass that includes WoW, and then bada bing bada boom, and then in 2026 they bump it up to 20 bucks and you get shafted. Business 101, ladies and gentlemen. Learn, take notes. And this is Microsoft's stock price right now. If we take a look at the last 6 months, whoo, damn. Okay, the last year. Oh, okay, so hold up, wait a minute. Last 5 years, bro, they are up 150% in the last 5 years. They're up 10% in the past year. Microsoft is literally at like all-time highs. Like, Microsoft has actually never been more valuable than it is right now. Look at that graph. That is actually insane. So Microsoft has gone up 150% since the global incident that happened in 2020. That's insane. That is insane. And this is why they're investing in AI. It's scalable, there's better margins, and unfortunately that means some people got to get cut. But man, I gotta say, you know, they're making all this money. Let me just tell you their recent quarterly results, by the way. Quarter ended March 31st 2025. Okay, total revenue 70 billion, up 13% year over year. Net income 25.8 billion, up 18% year over year. Diluted earnings per share of $3.46, also up 18%, and operating income of 32 billion, up 16%. Operating margin improved to about 45.7%. Like, and that's why they're cutting the humans, man. The humans are just too expensive, you know what I mean? But I gotta say, I am a little bit you know, I've been goofing off in this video. Obviously, I don't like reporting that people are losing their jobs, especially at a gaming company that was once like so beloved by me and my friends. I mean, I was born in 94, all right, and the 360 came out in 2005, so that puts me smack at the beginning of middle school. Okay, my middle school days, after school, during the summer, winter break, bro, me and the homies. Halo, everybody, Gears of War, hello, Fable 2, are you kidding me? Call of Duty, all of them on this generation. These are all like basically the golden age of Call of Duty. COD 4 through Modern Warfare 3, are you kidding me? If my voice chats for this game ever leaked, I'm cooked, bro. Guitar Hero, dude, Oblivion, What? Skyrim even came out for the 360. What I'm trying to say is I miss the old Xbox, and I understand that AAA gaming is in a real tough spot right now. Okay, it's getting more and more expensive to make AAA games, and I think that's why we're seeing this, right? I think these AAA games cost millions and millions and millions of dollars, and then they come out and they flop because they're just not much better than an experience you can get from an indie game, if at all, and many times they're worse. I just showed you an all-star lineup of games that were all playable on the same console generation. What can you play on the current Xbox or even the PS5? Of course they have a couple of good games, but it ain't a lineup like that. I didn't even pull all the gems, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, AAA games are kind of dog shit these days, and they're way too expensive to make, and so every time one of them flops, it comes out and it flops, and it comes out and it flops, and the outcome is this is what happens. People get replaced by AI, and that sucks. And I really hope that Microsoft can find its way back to its roots, and you know, maybe we won't be playing the newest Gears or the newest Halo on a silly plastic box on our desk like we were back in 2007, but step one is just make a great game. And honestly, if that means I'm playing it on my Windows PC instead of the Xbox, that's totally fine with me. But we need to start seeing some good games, and man, it's going to be real rough if AI can start making better games than actual people. Whew. Anyway guys, let me know what you think about this in the comment section below. If you're new here, subscribe to the channel, click the bell. That will tell YouTube that you liked the video and they push this out into the algorithm a little bit more. Really helps out the channel a ton. I'm a tiny YouTuber here, so all the support helps. Comment down below your thoughts, and with that being said guys, thank you so much for watching. This has been Omniarch. I'll talk to you guys again soon. Peace.